Hello guys, so in this video we're going to solve a basic problem that has to do with data types. This problem is coming from Hackerrank. I know from the beginning of this course I've said that you should register on Hackerrank and get your account. So what you're going to do is very simple. Just come to this place and you're going to see some of the questions there. So well, if you're working on this 30 days of code, so click on this to continue. So when you get to this place, you are going to see some questions like this will solve this. This has to do with hello world. The one we are moving to now is data types. Of course, I've solved this before, so it's just going to be a sharp run through. That's just it. Just to show you how programming works. So this is the question. You have this is the objective. Today we are discussing data types. You can check out this tutorial. It's a really kind of nice tutorial for you. Now the task, here's the task. You are to complete the code in the editor below. The variable I, D, and S are already declared and initialized for you. Now, what they are saying is this, they've declared a variable. Now, in our previous video, we have introduced you to what a variable means. It's just a memory. So the first thing they did was they have declared three variables for you. So what you now have to do is that you declare three variables, one of type int, which is integer, one of type double, and one of type string. So those are the things that you declare. Now, read three lines of input from st bin, which is like something like a pop-up, like you can get details from someone. So according to the sequence given in the input format section below, and initialize your three variables. So they're just saying you should just read it and initialize it. So use the cross operator to perform the following operations. So we're talking about addition now. Now print the sum of I plus your int variable on a new line. Now this I that I'm talking about is coming from here, which is the variable that they declare. Now print the sum of D, which is the double here, plus your double variable to a scale of decimal of one decimal place on a new line. Now the next one is this. They say you should concatenate S with the string you read as input and print the result on a new line. So these are just pretty straightforward things and very easy things for you to do. Now you should also note that if you are using a language that does not support this cross operator, this is what they call like this is an operator that is a plus. For string concatenation, that is if you are using like C or something, you can just print one variable immediately following the other on the same line. So they're just telling you if you're using C, but in this one we are going to be using Java. So I hope that is pretty clear and pretty straightforward already. So from the get-go, this is what you have. Let me just make this the full screen. If um, I don't think I like that. This is pretty nice. So from the get-go, this is what you get. Now you have some of these instructions here. Declare second integer, double, and string variables, and this other one you read it in, then print the sum of these and concatenate. So let me just declare what I want to declare here. So in order for you to declare, remember this place will determine the language that you are using. I'm using Java 8. You can change it to Java 7, C, C++, C Sharp, PHP, and so on. But I'm using Java because Java, like I said, is an OOP language. That's object-oriented programming language. So I'm going to declare my second variable. I'm just going to name it int. Let me just copy them a bit and name it I2. So remember in Java you have to put the semicolon because it is very very important. If you don't put it, you are going to get an error whenever you want to run the code. So the next one I'm going to do is double. So let me just go double D2. So just name it D2 because I'm allowed to name it that. So you can notice that when you have some reserved keywords like we talked about, you can see that this editor is helping us to give us some color about it so that you can notice that, oh, this is something that is coming from the system also. So if you type in, let me say for example, I made a mistake for example, and I put W in this, you can see that the color changes. Like those are some of the things that you use in programming that helps to make your life better. Programming is not easy in the general note, but these tools make your life better. So you have this string, I mean, double as D2. Then the next one we have is string. You have string. Notice that I have the name, then the next one is I put it as S2. So you can notice, you can actually ask, oh, is string not having this color here with the double and the likes? That is an exception, and there's a reason for that. I'm sure that in this course we're going to get to that reason why string is something like not really like a data type itself, but it's a data type, but it's like an advanced one as compared to like double, int, and all that. So this is how you declare your variables. You know, just in Java, you just put the data type and put the name. You put the data type and put the name. That is the way you declare a variable in Java. In PHP, it might take another turn. In JavaScript, it might take another turn. I love JavaScript. In um, Ruby and maybe just anyone you want to use. There are different variants, but what you should get from the course that you're doing here is that you are just naming a space. Like for example, I'm saying, oh, see, provide a space for me, name it I2. So there are different ways or different things. It is not really about the programming language. It is what you want to really achieve, and that is declaring a space. So the next one that we have here is that we should read and save. We should read and save an integer, double, and string to your variables. So let us read and save. So if you want to read in Java, it's very simple. What you just have to do is just say, okay, this I2, I2 is going to be equal to scan dot next int, then you open and close, and you put semicolon there. Now, what this is saying is this: you are storing an input from a user into this I2. That means you are telling someone to put in something, and what that person is going to be putting in is going to be an integer. So you are storing it into this I2, and that is what it's saying, like read and save. So let's do for the other ones. So that is it, guys. We have the second part. So you have the double being stored in this place, then the string. You have the string in the next, then you have this just to have the string inside. So now the next one that you have here is this guy. Print the sum of both integer variables on a new line. So everything you are printing is the sum of the integer variable on a new line. Bring the sum of the double variables on a new line. Then now you concatenate. So we're going to take this step by step. So let's print the sum of the integer variable first. How do you print the sum of the integer variable? You just say system dot out dot print in. Then open up this. So you want to sum the variables. What do you want to sum? This, you have something here. Look at this. They've already declared enough for you, and you will declare yours. So all you just have to do is to say I plus I2. Let me just remove the space between them. There's no need for space. So this is how you print. You're just printing the value, like I said, you're just printing any value that is being stored here, plus any value that is that is being stored in this place. This is coming from maybe someone will input it, or when you run your code, they are going to insert those values in. So all you are saying here is that you should print any value that you have in this place first, then you print the second value which is being input from there. So we have this place being sorted out. So the second one, it says print the sum of the double variables on a new line. So let me just end this first. Then you can just copy this and paste this here and put B. So that is just what they're asking. Now the next one, it says concatenate. Concatenate and print the string variables on new line. So it's still the same. Just simply copy this like this, and then you paste it here and um, put this S1 and S2 because I've declared this string as S1 and S2, and don't get confused. Like I said, this S is coming from here, mine is the S2. Let's take it from the beginning. This I is coming from here, this I2 is coming from mine, this D is coming from here, what they declare, while this D2 is coming from the one that they declared here. So I've already said this. All this is one thing in programming and IT in general. It's this thing that is like from one point to the other. It things that goes hand in hand. Something leads to the other, and that is how we just come up with all these beautiful systems. So let's do this. Let's run this code and check if everything is correct. Okay, so we can see the test is correct, and you have this. This is the input 12 for. Now we have this as the input. Now we now have this as the output. So you can see this is correct. So let's submit our code. Okay, so test one is correct and test two is correct. So if you can't see this, congratulations. If you are facing any error, let me give you some tips of where you're going to be getting error. This Each of your code must end with this colon. Look, this colon that I'm putting now. Can you see my mouse? When my mouse is this semicolon that I'm putting, this exact one. Each lines of your code must end with it. If you have anyone that is missing, this will not work. Even if it is just one out of everything here that is missing, this will not work. So also check your spelling. If you are using small letter here like this, it will not work. Make sure that it is capital letter. Make sure that everything is set accordingly, and then try to go through. Let me just give you a full view of my code. Try to go through a full view of my code as it is like this. You can pause and check yours, and so also move. Let me just move down for you a bit and check it, and make sure that everything is correct. Then you run your code. If you are still having any issue, you can drop a comment. So thank you.